All right, I'll watch my mouth.
All right, there we go.
All right, everyone good to go?
All
Yes,
set.
sir.
Yep.
All righty. Oh, I guess I better do the whole like internet thingy.
As opposed to what? Smoke signals?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Lordy. Hey, there's less boobs in my home screen on Twitch.
Hey, buddy. It's always a good thing.
I mean, perspective, right? Where am I? Nope, I'm not trying to open WeMod right now. Wrong button. For some reason, it likes to mingle all of my quick links on my start bar with all of my open programs. And so, like, and for some reason, they all look alike.
Of course.
Yep. All right. And here we go. Hello. Welcome to Griffcast episode 108. Wow. Let's go back a sec. Welcome to Griffcast episode 108, the mature nerdy podcast for immature people. The show where we talk about any and all things nerd, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science, up to and including when did I get old enough that all my hair's turning gray? But here we are. How's everybody doing this week?
Making it slowly making it.
Yeah.
One more day. That's all I got to say. One more day.
Yeah, I am now on the whole like jobless thing. So
Oh, wait. For real?
yeah,
Oh, man.
so I'm gonna go get me some certifications and go find me something better.
Hey,
So worst case scenario, I've received job offers from all of our competitors, and they want us to sign a no compete clause. But I'm like, this is Virginia. That doesn't work here.
Right.
sorry, Charlie.
Yeah. But hey, it is what it is. Like, I'm not being
No compete clauses don't work there?
right to work state.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep. They were, yeah, if they can give you hell about it, but they can't stop you.
Oh. Learn something new every day.
Yep. But like, I'm not going without. Like, they didn't just like hang me out to dry and like lay us all off and all that. It was we're going to take care of you for as long as we can legally take care of you. So, without having to file for unemployment. Oh,
Cost them more in the long run to let that happen.
yeah, it would. They want us to
Those
move over.
insurance payments are a bitch.
Then they want us to have the opportunity to move back under the umbrella, which who knows? That's up in the air. But besides that, everybody else doing all right? Sobs, you're getting ready to say something before I cut you off.
Not really. Everything's the same as usual.
Pretty much. I mean, I've still got my health issues, so lounging around in pain is mostly my day.
Yeah, I finally got on some meds to help alleviate coming off the last meds, and I took the first day, and it was immediate, amazing, and like I didn't realize that that's how normal people feel, and so,
Hey, wait a minute. This is what normal people feel like?
yeah. And then I immediately started like looking at all the stuff, and I immediately just stopped. I'm like, all right, we'll come back on this weekend because I'm not allowed to take this stuff with alcohol, and yeah, I'm planning on having a couple of drinks on Thursday. It's like
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be
So
fun.
you get to feel like normal people in a different way.
yeah, I'm gonna feel normal like I did back when I was early 20s.
Oh man, buddy.
So
It's not normal. It's just younger.
yeah. Now, as long as I don't do yoga like I did back then, we'll be all right. Waking up with
I don't think
wheelbarrows,
randomly contorting yourself counts as yoga.
waking up in wheelbarrows in the neighbor's yard, like, oh, I ain't gonna worry about that now. But yeah, besides that, what you guys been getting into this week? Like, any gaming going on? Anything like that?
Mostly Dark Tide and Rogue Trader. I've been on a 40K kick, so
Yeah, I've just been on my music grind like usual.
Honestly, I've been trying to get a little bit more into Helldivers.
Oh yeah. I still need to dive some more into that. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. This week I kind of taken a break from video games a little bit, or the last couple of days. I've been working on magic decks.
Oh, buddy.
So I'm back up to 25 commander decks and 3 more in the works.
Jeez. How do you keep up with all of that?
It's
I can't. Like, I'm just sitting here just think 25?
yeah. So it's just I love games that involve theory crafted strategy. And so anytime somebody gives me something to do that with, I love it. And each one of my decks plays differently, but they all have a theme. And once you get them rolling, it's like, oh yeah, this is the theme, and I can run it.
You're gonna have one of these days. You're gonna have to play that out for me.
We'll do it Thursday. I'm taking them with me.
Oh, you're taking them with you?
Yeah.
All right.
I got some easy ones to follow, so.
Oh, all right. Hold on a minute. I gotta get the dog.
But like in terms of like terms like you understand, Grizz. Like each one of those decks is a different character on a tabletop.
yeah.
So it's just like, this is the character I want to build. This is its stick, and that's what I'm doing. The hard part is just trying to make sure I have the cards to build all the decks. But
Yeah, don't you love when you get like 90% through and you're like, I just need that one. I don't have that card.
that happens more than not.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, because I don't maintain deck lists, which I really need to, because I'll be like, where the F is that one card I need? It's like, oh yeah, it's in that one deck, and I can't take it out of that deck, or the deck doesn't work. Which is where proxies come in. Because 9 times out of 10, that card I need is like $20 to $50, and I'm just like, I'm not spending that for a piece of cardboard. I'll spend $1.50 for to have somebody print one out on a nice piece of cardboard for me. But yeah, it's fun. Then I'm starting to get another pod together. So, and by pod, anybody who doesn't play it that often, what a pod is a group of 3 to 5 players that you continuously play with on certain days. So, And it's just trying to, I've got 2 new guys getting into this format that I play, and it's fun. And it keeps it, fresh and cycling. Because the great thing about the format that we play is every game is different. So, but yeah, so we can jump into some things here. Oh, so as anybody can tell, CP's not here again. It is also St. Paddy's Day, so happy St. Paddy's Day to that. Yeah, everybody.
He's getting sloshed. We already know it. He's getting sloshed. I know he's watching.
He didn't say what he's doing today, did he?
Oh, no. We already look. St. Paddy's Day. You know that man likes to drink like a fish.
Did he have to tell us? I mean,
I think it was a given.
He says volleyball tournament.
Bathtub. Yeah.
He's got a hot tub stream. I promise you.
Oh, look at
Does it
that.
count as a hot tub stream if you like pass out in the bath full of beer? That's not a hot tub stream.
It doesn't count if you pass out. Uh-oh, little man isn't feeling good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's all through the house. I'm trying to avoid it like the plague as much as possible.
Yeah, that doesn't happen with kids. It's like everybody will finally be in the clear, and then like one day later it just hits you.
Yep. And of course he's over here like, oh, what's that? What's this that I can get into? Look, I see you eyeing. I see you plotting.
Don't worry, I
turn
just
off my
picked my
computer.
nose and it's about to be on your keyboard. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, when my kid was really small, I thought, man, they ain't lying, man. They get me sick all the time. And then he went to school, and it was like, I had no idea.
Yeah. Public school is the devil.
Yeah, you will spend like kindergarten, first grade, and most of second grade of like their starting years just pouring NyQuil down your throat. Like, make it stop.
Yeah. And like right now, because Tuesday is the day, and I'm also like, my throat's a little scratchy. I've been kind of feeling a little hot and cold every now and then. I'm also like, I am not missing this surgery. I was just like, I'll tell them I'm perfectly fine and go in there. I can't.
I mean, don't worry.
Been dealing with this issue for over a year. I'm getting it done.
Yeah. I hope they do
You
yours better
vitamin
than...
C shit out of yourself.
Yeah. I hope they do a lot better with yours than they did with mine, because when they did mine, they completely botched it.
Oh, no.
And I had to go back in for emergency follow-up surgery.
Yeah, let's hope that they don't botch it, please.
Oh, okay. The odds are 1 in 5,000 that they botch it.
Okay, so not too bad.
Yeah. But let's just say I have yet to hit the lottery. Like with like the rare disease my daughter picked up, that extremely low chance. Like, I'm just like, my luck is going in the wrong places.
Yeah, I need my luck to go into my wallet. Hey, how about that? Instead of everywhere else.
All right. So, all right, where is it? Star Wars Battlefront 2, the classic collection. They launched that, the original OG Battlefront 2. They have launched that, or relaunched that. And in the trailer, they put on maps and characters that were later added on via mods. And they were in the trailer for the relaunch. And they promised those would not be in the launch of the game. They launched the game and they were in there. So
Somebody's got something explaining to do.
one,
I mean, is anybody shocked? Bueller?
yeah.
Bueller?
Here's the part that worries me the most about this is that the company that did this is the same company that's behind the KOTOR remake. So here's what I'm thinking. Like, this could be one of two things. Like, if they, because remember a couple of years ago they shut down the guy who was modding KOTOR to be a 4K game.
Yeah.
And they shut him down. And I'm wondering, like, did they buy the mod off him and are just going to repurpose that work?
Well, the guy, they were pretty decently far through. I mean, if they offered the guy cash for what he'd done, I mean, that would just be like buying pre-rendered assets from the Epic Store, right?
Yeah, but
I mean, that's why I don't really like, if they did, all power to them, but like they can't just be like, okay, it's good enough, that guy worked on it. Like, no, you're a studio, you can polish.
yeah.
Like, there's some shit we'll let a modder get away with, we won't let a studio get away with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, then again, most modders these days are blowing the quality of any studio out of the water.
I mean,
You
to
ain't
be
wrong.
frank, yeah.
So, I don't know. I just thought it was shady as hell. You know, standard practice for modern gaming. Steal all your assets and then don't give credit to the people who had it.
I don't really care about the assets. I don't care if they stole the mods. I don't care if they did any of that. If they sent these guys a you can't talk about it letter and like a check for $100, hey, they got $100 for a mod they were doing for free. Who gives a shit? But why in the hell is that game like 80 gigabytes when the original game was less than 10?
Yeah. Well, hell, the original game came out in what, 05, 06?
Yeah.
Something like that?
And I don't see enough upscale in that game to be like, yeah, this is good. Like, why? Like,
It's full of Chinese spyware.
probably. Comes with a free copy of TikTok.
Hey.
So that was honestly the only news that happened this week. So we're going to do like a little kind of like get to know you segment. And then we're going to jump into like some hypothetical, you won the lottery or, you got like $100 million to go start your own gaming company kind of hypothetical situation. And we're going to go through a questionnaire of what everybody wants to do, it would do in that scenario. So what the first, like the get to know you topic here is there any form of gaming that you enjoy outside of video games? Like,
I mean, full well, like tabletop, because that's how we met. So
Yeah.
I mean, board games, card games.
Oh yeah, card games for sure. Uno is definitely a big one for me. I don't care. It's a classic. I go to town on some Uno. A buddy of mine introduced me to No Mercy Uno, and
there was mercy in Uno to begin with.
oh no, this is worse. It's worse.
Yeah.
When I tell you it's worse, there is a +10 card in this deck.
Jesus Christ.
There is a +10 and it, so we even made sure, because all of a sudden you already know how Uno came out with their little Twitter update saying, oh no, you can't stack these cards. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, in the rule book, in No Mercy's actual little leaflet, it actually says you can stack draws on top of each other. But so let's say if you put down a draw 4, right? I can put another card, I can put another draw 4 on top of that, or I can put a draw 6 on top of that. So the next person that is supposed to go, they cannot put a card lower than a draw 6. So if they have 2 draw 4s in their hand and you lay down a draw 6, hey, I guess they picking up cards, or unless they got a draw 10 in their hand. And it can go all the way around. So let's say if we all had draw 10s in our hand, whoever laid down that last draw 10, the next person's picking up like 50 cards. It's brutal.
You better have a really big deck.
Oh yeah, I mean huge deck, but I mean even still, like, your deck can grow instantly just by bypassing 2 players.
And then you also
So
play.
like, it'd be kind of mad if you got down to 1 and then all of a sudden you're sitting there with like a novel in your hand. Like, why are you doing this to me, man?
Oh no, so in certain cases like those, there actually is a card. It's a number 7, and it has 2 arrows pointing left and right. If you put that down, you can swap hands with anyone. When I tell you,
that makes that draw card kind of like, that's because this is a risk. Maybe he draws that one and just switches hands with me. All right,
exactly.
I'm with you.
So I mean, it's a game that tests a lot of friendships.
It's like Mario Party. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. So I mean that's definitely one of the games that I've kind of gotten into. I still blame Griff for Mantis, because I played it at his place one time, and now like everywhere we go, we're seeing this game everywhere. But yeah, I would say probably Uno and Uno No Mercy. Like No Mercy is kind of topped Uno now.
I mean, it's been forever ago, but I used to be into Hero Clicks super hard. Like I had an enormous tackle box full of these things. Like with all the guys I worked with played it too. So like we'd be on lunch break in the middle of the break room. We'd have a map and people come, oh, what's this? To come grab it and be like smacking people's hands. Like, go away. Don't touch it.
Don't you touch my piece.
Yeah. Yep. I got into it a little bit, and then all those minis are now at the tabletop because I'm like, they're decent minis, so here they go.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I never got into cards. Like
any games for you, Solves?
What's that?
Any games for you, Solves?
I mean, I own some Magic cards. Me and some of my friends will get together every now and then. We'll play with the decks that we have. I don't really like play Commander or anything. I kind of just play like the regular old school rules. And I've just got like a bunch of old decks that I built like, I don't know, like literally several years ago, and I've done nothing to change them since.
He's like, hey, if it works, right? If I make it through, I'm good.
Pretty much, you know.
Yep. You know what's going to be funny is if, he actually looks at the, like, if we're talking like 20 years ago and he like looks at the price of his decks and he can retire tomorrow.
No, I don't think any of those cards are actually worth anything like that. I mean, maybe some of them, but with the fact that I've played with some of them, I doubt they're worth anything now.
You'd be surprised. You would be surprised.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I definitely would.
Like, I've come across $10 commons, so...
Yeah, I mean, they do exist. I am aware of how expensive those cards can be, because, I mean, there for a minute I was pretty hard into it. But then after a while, me and my friends, we just kind of like stopped playing. We just kind of got into other things, and every now and then we'll kind of come back and play, but it's very seldom that we do it.
Yeah. You got anything else like tabletoping or board games or anything like that?
Not in particular. I mean, I used to enjoy playing chess back in the day, but I don't really find too many other people that enjoy playing it. And hell, I don't even have a chess set anymore. I used to have one.
I've got one around here somewhere. I haven't played in forever.
Yeah.
My wife's like, yeah, I'll play with you, but I'm like, she's like, you gotta teach me. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm that good with the rules anymore. Like, it's probably been 12 years since I played.
I still remember how all the pieces move. That's about all I really remember. I don't have like strategies or anything.
Yeah, for me, it's two things. It's Magic the Gathering and tabletoping. And the big reason I like to play Commander is, one, it is currently one of the most supported formats. And two, all of these decks that I have built here are good forever. Unless they completely go crazy on a ban list, these decks are good forever. So I could take a 10-year break, come back, and jump right in where I left off. So I'm not stuck in the constant set cycle like all the other formats are, like standard and modern. Standard for the uninitiated is the last couple of years worth of sets, and modern is like the last 20 years worth of sets. And Commander, it's just about everything goes, but it's a 100 card deck and you can only have one copy of each card in your deck. So
that's one of the things that always got me about the Commander rule set, is how you can only have one card of every or of each kind, which, I mean, that's fair. It's a fair rule, but I don't know. I think I was just so used to like the quote unquote normal rules where you can have at least like up to 4 of each named card, I think is what it is. So like you can have other cards that do similar things but have like different names. So me and my friends would usually build our decks around those kind of ideas where we would I mean, it kind of felt like cheating, but at the same time, based on the rules that we were working around, it technically wasn't cheating. It was just, you know, having like I'd build a blue deck that would have like more counter cards in it than what it should normally have, just because I would have all these different types of counter cards.
Okay, you were that guy.
oh yeah, absolutely, definitely that guy.
I out of 25 decks, I have like one counter spell. So that's 2,500 cards, and there's one counter spell.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't want to play with you no more.
See, look. See what I tell you. He's just like, hey, it's the deck that just got me by. That no matter what, I'm good.
Right.
So you're the one that figured out how to play judo with a magic deck. I got you.
I would build off of creature types too. Like I had a soldier deck at one point in time that would just all of those would just build off each other every time one came out. And there was like one card that would bring out another creature attacking every single time. And it was just a really good combination of all these different things that I had at the time.
He's lowballing the deck. As soon as he busts that bad boy out, he's gonna be like, yeah, you're good. You're done for. You're done. You're dead.
Oh man, I got a black deck that's literally based on killing not only all of your stuff but my stuff too. So like, just everything fucking dies.
Those are the fun ones. That's the way I usually play.
Yeah.
Is you could play whatever you want to play. Just know that everything is dying one way or the other.
Oh, in some fashion, yes.
But yeah, for like my main two play styles is if I want to like not use any brain power, just hyper aggro, which just ramp up resources and play big things. And then the other one is I like to do combos. It's like this card plus this card equals I win. But or tribal's fun too. Like, you know, like a soldier deck, or I think right now I've got for tribal I've got an Eldrazi, an elf, and slivers. Do I have another tribal deck? Oh, I got a worm tribal deck. That was a lot of fun, but that's no brains needed to play that. It's play mana, play worms. Done.
The Eldrazi was a pretty cool series. I liked a lot of the artwork in some of those cards.
Yep, I love my Squid Boys. Speaking of which, I just made a new deck of that last night. But all right, I guess we can get back into sub. But yeah, like for me, it's just Magic and tabletopping. We rarely play D&D. We play. We do Pathfinder, which is old D&D, and then we do Star Wars Saga Edition, Classic Marvel. I'm gonna get where's that? That right there. I want to get that in the rotation at some point in time. The Savage Worlds.
Then we got a new guy in the group who actually knows how to play 5e, and at some point I want him to run one because I want to play that.
Yeah, I actually saw somebody break down how to get like the absolute most HP in the entire game, and I'm like, I kind of want to do that.
And
you and HP
5e.
Well, yeah, D&D 5e, like it's 5th edition. So like every so many years, they're like, we've wrote all the shit again. We got to come up with a new edition so we can resell it to you in a different way. That's literally all it is. It's like making new cell phones. Here's the same phone with a few upgrades. Have fun.
Yeah.
So literally same deck, just a couple added features here and there.
They changed the system, so like you'll like 3rd edition was very much super customization. Like you picked every little piece of minutia that you wanted to do in a character, and you got to do that. 4th edition was here's a very broad sheet. Just pick the big stuff that you like and go do something. And people were like, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, you want to play MMOs, but as a tabletop, here you go.
Yeah.
And then 5th ed kind of went back to its roots a little bit, but they've removed a lot of the roleplay roles. So,
But you know, like some of them have like if you play the adventure paths and stuff like that, they've got some really cool like scenarios, like going into a cursed land to fight the D&D version of Dracula, where you have to fight werewolves and zombies and all sorts of like nasty shit in a land that's slowly dying and being corrupted. Like there's interesting shit to do there, but you still got to go through a whole new rule set to play it. So it's like,
yeah, and they don't overlap easily enough either. Like there's not a good conversion table from like 3 to 3.5 to 5.
No.
So
However, you can use most of the 5e stuff. You can actually, like, instead of this monster is this level and that's it. So if you're out of its range, you're either going to die, you're going to wipe it out. 5e is just like, what level are your players? Click the button. Oh, here's the monster they can fight. So you can keep fighting goblins the entire time and they stay a challenge.
Gotcha.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
because I've actually got a website where they've got like a bunch of the monster manuals. So you can just go, I want a blah of this level. Click, 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 click. There it is.
Huh. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to jump into a hypothetical scenario. All right. Someone has approached you and is giving you, I guess in this day and age, whatever, $100 to $150 million to start up and make a AAA game. You can do your own company. You can do, however you want to do it. You have full control over the whole company. So I got a list of questions here for it. If this happened to you, what genre would you go for?
Make me pick my children, man. Seriously.
I know, right?
I've actually thought a lot about this, as I'm sure we all have.
Yeah.
Do you want my answer of like, hey, this is exactly what I would do, just to kind of cut the BS?
Not really. Like we're gonna
There's
filter
two
through.
answers that I have. There's two answers that I have. One's more of a, hey, I just want this game where an anti-cheat actually works. That's your cut of the mill, straight square answer. Hey, I'm making a game where an anti-cheat actually works.
So not really a specific idea, but like a function.
So I don't even know if I'd even make a multiplayer game, like
Just straight first person or
just single player.
Single
Just call it
player,
a day. I'd
So
like to make a beat 'em
what we're
up.
talking about. So what we're talking about right now is genre, like fantasy, sci-fi.
You picking me on the wrong week because right now I'm like, I want to make like another Space Marine game. That's what I want to make.
So we have the answer to Grizz on like 3 more questions coming up later.
Yeah.
So for me, I would like to make. I'm trying to think of like how to actually describe it. I would like to make a game that would be open world / like open universe in some sense, where it would be nice to have a game that has all these options that would let you be third person, first person, whatever kind of way you want to play it. If it has shooting mechanics in it, you can customize and tailor your
Good God.
play style to being that. If you want to be third person, more like a melee type character, you could customize how your gameplay works to that. I would like to, and I know there's games kind of like that, but it would be nice to have a game that really lets you have all those options to really just kind of really tailor your experience exactly the way you want it. But that's not necessarily like a specific artistic design. I mean, I've got ideas that I've written down like years and years ago that I've still just got like sitting around that I would love to see just these things turned into something.
I think for me personally, I'd fall into like the same kind of category as Grizz on it. It would definitely be like a sci-fi, but with fantasy elements, like something along the lines of Warhammer. All right. So in this new company,
if you gave me the running room, I'd make Republic Commando, but with Space Marines. Like that's what I would basically do.
All right. So this new company you're running, would you keep it private or go public?
Private. Who wants public?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to
Because
keep private on
I
this.
feel like if you do public, you got too many people doing this.
Yeah.
5 minutes after you go public, you got to hire Sweet Baby for some reason. So no.
Yeah.
Well, also, if you're gonna go public, you better have a really, really good fucking idea, because if not, you're probably not gonna get funded, and no one's gonna really care after they see what you got going on.
True that.
But it just depends on the idea, of course, you know.
But also with public, you can keep all the decision making in house versus having to call up all the shareholders every freaking day.
Yeah.
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 All right. Would you cater to your fans or would you cater to profit?
Fans.
The fans would make the profit.
So,
Ding ding.
I would make what I would want to make, and people would either like it or they wouldn't.
Oh, so you're gonna pull Zack Snyder?
So
I mean, just personally, as an artistic person, I mean, that's just how, you know, if I got a vision and that's what I want to make, well, goddamn, I'm going to make it, and then people will decide if they like it, and if they don't, well, oh well. At least I can say I did it.
would you have the ability to like kind of like a suggestion box where people could send ideas in and you could then at that point in time be like, oh, you know what? I kind of like that idea.
Now, I would certainly be open to ideas if they fit within the realm of what I'm doing. Absolutely. If it's something that makes sense. I won't completely just rule it out and say no, my ideas, and that's all it is. Now, I mean, if you got something that actually like is constructive and like makes sense for the idea overall, and would even like enhance it and make it better, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Touche.
So I do believe we're going to be of two minds on this one. Single or multiplayer?
So for me, I would want to copy kind of like the Dark Souls approach, not like in the difficulty sense, but just in the idea that I would want it to be a mostly single player game, but with multiplayer components.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like that. You pretty much single player, and then you have certain things in certain areas of where, hey, if you want to bring somebody, you can. It's still playable single,
Yeah.
but if you want to bring in, like, let's say you want to bring in a buddy or a friend or whatever, then you can absolutely do that and still make good progress.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea that I would have.
Yeah, I think I would shoot for single player support, but run a multiplayer game. Because me, with my love for like live services and all that, I would probably make a live service game. But with
Like
like
shooter confirmed.
yeah, it would be Outriders, but with a good story.
Story wasn't bad. It just wasn't long enough.
What if they made kind of like a Diablo shooter?
See, that's what Outriders was trying to be, but they missed it just a hair.
I mean, that would be that.
Like I would think of like a cross between like say like Destiny, Outriders, and Doom. Like that's kind of like the niche genre I kind of go for there.
See, I would just go squad based Doom and just call it a day. Like you and 3 other dudes just stomping through a map, just stepping on shit.
Isn't that
Then,
what?
like, that could be your single. That could be your single player game. And if I was going to tack on multiplayer, I'd be like, all right, you're done with that. All right, you can play with like 3 of your friends online.
All right. So, all right. So I have thoughts about how to handle this in house. But would you be For profit or for employee? Like legitimately, not like, would you screw your employees over for profit?
No.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I mean, that wouldn't really like benefit you in the long run anyway, because I mean, the people making the game for you got to feel valued in some sense, or they're just gonna fucking stick it to you at some point.
They gonna jump ship quick.
Yeah, my thought process.
Going back to a point from Solop's, like, you got to create a vision. Well, you got a lot of people working at the company, they do too, and they probably added a little spice to something. You're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Do you want to lose them? Like, because you lose that input as well.
See, I think
that's value.
Yeah, I think personally, a form of profit sharing would be the best incentive. Being like, you guys do good, something sells well, you get paid well.
Yeah, incentive like that definitely goes a long way, and history has shown that people like it when you offer them things for things that they do, especially when it's more than what you ask them to do.
Yeah, it's like, this is your salary, and if you perform over a certain bar, you get the extra profits. Like, all right, here you go.
I mean, especially if the company is making that much money to be able to, have extra, I think it should be distributed in some sort of way that makes sense and, something that's fair.
It's like, yeah, because like you want it. We'll get to that in a little bit here on the monetization topic. That's great. We'll go straight to the monetization. Like, you obviously want the company to make money and be profitable, but at the same time, you want it to be consumer friendly, and you don't want to do it in such a way that it screws over your employees. Yeah. Like, I think a great model for that is like the Fortnite model of sell your game, either do the free game or sell it really cheap with microtransactions with affordable cosmetics. Not like Diablo, where it's like $25 a skin. It's, like $5 a skin or $10 for a premium skin.
Yeah, it needs to be something reasonable if it's going to be something like that. But I mean, the Fortnite model is one that probably makes the most sense, because while they might not have known in the beginning exactly how that model was going to work, we all know and see now that is obviously a very viable model that only some games seem to really be able to take advantage of. Because there's so many games that try to make that work, and only a few seem to really kind of stay in there. Like, I think Apex Legends is one of the few that I've seen that's still kind of hanging around, but it still doesn't have like that Fortnite popularity.
No, I mean it's especially going through and just seeing some of the if you've ever looked at some of the gameplay just on some of it, the movement mechanics on some certain areas are ridiculous, and they're still trying to some of it they're still trying to actually kind of like iron out. But in a competitive style, I think that Apex is doing good, but in certain areas I just don't think it is.
No, I mean it's not going to have that same level of popularity with like the kids and everything, mainly because I think there's a higher skill level that is required for that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Fortnite is a little more for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not ADHD enough to be able to like shoot people and build shit at the exact same time. So like me and Fortnite just didn't get along.
Yeah, that's when they came out. So that's when they came out with, and this is it, when they did this, it rejuvenated Fortnite and literally put it at the top of the list again. When they came out with zero build for Fortnite. So where you just go in, there is no building. It's kind of like Call of Duty for kids. I mean, let's be honest. It really is. It's literally like it's like Resurgence, big map or small map, Call of Duty for kids. Because there's no building. You go through, you run, you find your guns. You can upgrade them and do all that. and you don't have to worry about somebody building the Eiffel Tower in front of your face, you know, before you can actually get a shot off. It's all about movement and all about actual gun skill.
Yep. And the other thing I think that the Fortnite has going for it is its accessibility.
Yes.
Like, you could be a pro Fortnite player on a cell phone. Like,
yeah. I mean, I've seen people with them tablets and the little, what is it, the little thumb stockings, just going ham.
I've seen people do like PUBG on their tablets and shit. And
Yeah.
the only reason I know that is because I see some dude in a ghillie suit just shuffling around trying not to get shot. You know?
all right, so in this hypothetical situation, would you go for an original story or try to be set in an established IP?
Original story.
Yeah, definitely original.
I'd take an IP because, like, you're going to be able to tell an original story inside the IP. Plus, it's going to be easier to market. Like, that's just my thought on it. Like, oh, everybody knows this. I'll get another so many sales just because I put it in this world. And then if I want to make something original next time, hey, you know, I've got an audience. It's like, yeah, they did a pretty good job with this.
I mean, logically speaking, to start a company, that would be the safer way to start things for sure. Especially, yeah. I mean, if you're thinking long term and you're planning on building a company and making it that would definitely be a good way to start. I personally would probably have a hard time not wanting to do my own idea in the beginning. But
I understand that.
Yeah, but I can definitely understand. Like, I mean, there's definitely IPs. I think if I were able to like add on to it, I think it would be cool to do that. I can't think of one immediately right now that I would.
I mean, hell, I'd like to, you know, if all I could do, if like the only thing you would offer me is like my debut is to like, oh, you got to remake a game that's been made in like the last 10 years. Like, I'll take Mass Effect Andromeda. And I'll go for that.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Like, I'll start at the bottom and just start scraping and be like, I'll show you I can do something good. I promise.
All right, so we're gonna do a little ego on this one. Would you be the face of your company, or would you hire a face?
I'd hire one.
Do you want to see me as the face of anything?
Actually, I would be no face. There's plenty of people that have actually had that have utilized the company just off of, you know, of a logo.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather, because then at that point in time, yeah, you might have my name as, hey, this is, you know, who founded this company, but you'd never have my face. And at that point in time, I can go out in public and not have to worry about, oh, you did this update. I don't like your game anymore. Okay, then don't play it.
I mean, there's also a part of me that doesn't like the Rockstar game developer, the Todd Howards that are like, yeah, I'm gonna come out on stage and be like the big cool guy. Like, nah, man, go back in your cubicle and make something good.
Right.
Go on.
See, I think for me personally, it would be, I would offer to be the face, and then, you know, take like an employee poll and be like, can I do it? But yeah, I would do like the whole like Todd Howard come out on stage and announce it kind of thing. But when I would do that would be like 3 weeks before launch. Not 3 to 5 decades before launch.
Right.
I mean, now I will say I would absolutely be that dude that showed up at the Game Awards in a full set of armor and shit, because like that's a flex that I can really respect. But nah, I mean, I wouldn't be the face of anybody's company. Like, you guys have heard me talk when the recording isn't going. No.
All right. Would you take the best elements from your favorite games, or would you try to be 100% original?
It's got to be a blend there, because I mean, everybody's going to have like, man, I really like this mechanic in this genre. I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna put my own spin on it, and then you're gonna come up with your own new stuff. So
It would have to be 50-50 or 70-30, whatever makes sense for whatever it is that you're trying to make.
Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, if you're going to make like an urban stealth game, you're going to ape a little bit off of Assassin's Creed. There's no way around that now. But like, you know, if you're going to make a Mass Effect game, you're not going to do any of that shit. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's it really. That's all I got. Oh,
well, how would you monetize it?
I missed one, didn't I? I did. Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, good catch. Good catch. So me personally, I think I would sell for $10. You know, that would be the selling point, would be the game is only $10 because you won't get the people that won't try it because it's a free game. But then again, you want people complaining that you're charging $70 for a brand new title.
Yeah.
People will try a game for $10. I know people who have pre-ordered games just to get a demo. So a full, you know, I know people who have paid $70 to play a demo. Like, those are the same people that'll spend $10 to try a game. But I think after that, though, I would be microtransactions, but it would be 100% cosmetic.
No pay to win.
No pay to win.
Wins around here.
No pay to win. Get good scrub. And everything would be affordable. Like, I want people who are living on food stamps, living in a trailer, to be able to afford a skin if they want it.
You know, somebody that brought them that Xbox or that PC, and they're like, you know what? Hey, we want you to game as well. We understand life.
I think, and then you could do like partnerships with, like, you know, you could do like the Amazon partnerships like Warframe does and things like that. Where, you know, you get a certain cut of advertising fees when, you know, they follow your link and are signed up to Prime or something like that.
Yeah.
But I would try to stay as independent as possible.
See, I would sell the game for like $40. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna make a little bit of money on this game. It's $40. Go ahead. If I make any maps, I'm gonna give the maps out. Like, that's you don't want to split the base too much. And like, even if I did the single player only, if I make, you know, new maps, I'm gonna sell it as DLC. And like, here's your DLC, say twice a year, and I'll come up with, you know, some skins that are like $10 a piece.
I really like.
So like, you know, if you want to go online and you want to play as, you know, this specific thing, all right, I made it for you. Here's, give me $10 and it's yours. Like, anybody can afford $10.
Yeah. So I really like the Path of Exile model of the game is free. It's here's your normal everyday skin, $10. But if you are having a blast and you want to support the company, here's this mega ultra premium skin. It's $60. 100% cosmetic. No in-game frills or anything like that, but it makes your character look absolutely amazing. And you only get it if you want to support the company. I wouldn't charge $60 for it, obviously. Because like, if I'm selling
if you charge $60, like, I ain't buying that shit. I don't care if like how good it looks. It ain't happening.
Well, see, like Path of Exile, I bought one of those because I'm like, I put 500 hours into this game. I could pay $60 for this.
Yeah,
to support the company.
Like, you know, I played Dark Tide, and like, it's $40 game. I play the ass off of it. And like, every so often, I'm like, all right, I'll give you $10 for this. And like, every so many months, it's like, here's $10. Like, you're continuing to keep me amused. You're giving me new maps, new enemies, new guns. I owe you $10.
Also, though, I would also do a seasonal model too, just to keep the cycle of content going. But I wouldn't charge for it.
I want to say this about Battle Pass, and this doesn't have to be about this, like, just Battle Passes and period. If anybody makes one, can you stop putting a time limit on it? Can, like, all right, you bought the Battle Pass. All right, well, when you're done with it, you're done. If it takes you a year, it takes you a year. If it takes you a day, it takes you a day. Congratulations. But like, you've got 30 days to get through all this shit, man. I got stuff to do, man. Yeah. Like, what happens when you get sick?
I think the seasonal model do like 3 or 4 a year. You do have to have a cutoff point, in my opinion, on that aspect. If you're doing the live service thing, if you're not doing the live service thing, yeah, take all the time you want.
Well, I mean, if you like, let's say we'll use Destiny as an example. Like Destiny comes out with X, and like you pay your $15 and you get whatever, and then like you have something happen, like you can't play for 6 months. Like you've lost all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you just keep playing, you've already bought it. You have bought access to it. You just got to unlock it. So if it takes you 2 years to unlock it, it takes you 2 years to unlock it because you're not affecting anybody else. You're only affecting you.
Yeah. But see, I think in my hypothetical golden situation, it would be, I wouldn't do a battle pass. I would do a seasonal model with a continuation of story and introduce new content that way. And then do, you know, if the original game was $10 and I do a full blown expansion every other year, the expansion would be $5.
See, I like the original, like Dragon Age Origins and Mass Effect, 2 kind of structure. Where it's like, yeah, we're gonna come out with a new DLC like 3 times a year for like $15. Have fun. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I think I bought all the DLC for both of those just because like they were consistently good, and even the ones that were like, it was like, okay, well, it was $12, whatever, I don't care.
I think that's what I really enjoyed about the Dragon Age Origins is like, if you waited a year, it's like, give us $30, we'll give you everything.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it's a ton of content. I mean, like it's an insane amount, and some of it's not very good. I'm not gonna lie, but some of it is really good. So.
Yeah. What about you, Solips? How would you monetize it? Would you go for a one set price?
Well, I mean, it would depend on the level of quality for the game. I mean, if it was like a AA type game, I would probably set it for like $30-$40. If it was actually AAA quality, I would probably have to go with like the normal $60-$70 model, just because the type of game I imagine would probably be worth that price. It would be an experience that you could live in for at least a good month before you exhaust all the new content.
Yep. What about you, Wild?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna go for a lower price in the beginning, because essentially, as time goes on, even with a lower price, and obviously you have your microtransactions as well in there, it's going to be profitable, and especially if it's a good game.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it's just like, oh, people are, I mean, you see how profitable Fortnite is, and every last single bit of it is all cosmetic.
Yeah. Okay. One more bonus question here. Who do you bring in to do your music?
Well, I would do it myself.
I was about to say, Saul's about to do it himself. He ain't hiring nobody. Like,
well, I'd be saving a lot of money on that one personally, but that's just me.
He's like, I got Keybase, Fruit Loops, I got all that right here. I'm good.
What about you, Wild? Is there a particular artist you would reach out to?
No, I wouldn't say that there's a particular artist. I mean, because with me, my music selection is all over the place. Yeah. It really is. There's not one set genre that I actually listen to on a regular basis. I can do R&B, I can do a number of instrumentals, trap music, EDM music. Like, I'm all over the place. So when people are just like, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? I'm almost like, take every bit of music that you have, throw it into an actual bucket, shake it up, and just pull out one.
Are you like me? And I have one playlist that goes from like Johnny Cash to MC Hammer to Cannibal Corpse.
See, now that's psychotic, because in my mind, organization is still a thing. So for me, I have a number of music that I listen to, but everything's organized. So I have my trap musics here, and then so I mean, I'll hit shuffle on the playlists on any one of them, and I'll just hit shuffle, whatever plays, I'll just let go. But it's got to be organized. That's insanity, man. Insanity.
So, typically, I will hyperfixate on an artist. Like, I'll be like, this is who I'm listening to for the next 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'll be that way with some people.
and then I'll completely burn myself out, and I'll just wake up one day and go like, I am sick of this, and I'll switch to an artist and I'll do the exact same thing again. There's like a handful of songs that I can put on repeat and listen to for 10 hours straight. But we'll come back to that in a minute here. What about you, Chris? Any particular?
I don't know. Can I hire Solips?
I mean, that's sure what you can do too.
Yeah.
He's not. He ain't gonna say no. He's like, I got you, man.
Well, always up for a job.
I mean, I might work him until his hair falls out, but like, yeah, man, I'll hire Solips. I'm like, what?
I would. I'm sorry, Solips, but you're going to be number 2 choice for me. I think number 1, I'm going to reach out to Mick Gordon.
Oh, he said.
No, if I got to pick somebody who's named, I'd probably pick Jesper Kidd. But that's just a me thing.
I know the name, but I can't place it.
He's done some work for Assassin's Creed and like Vermintide and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just something about the bass punchiness that Mick Gordon brings to his like techno loops. Oh, he's for those of you who don't know, Mick Gordon's the guy who did the Doom 2018 soundtrack. And I could put BFG
I mean, if it was
Division
20 years ago, I might call John Carpenter and be like, hey, would you just like to do the music?
Like I could put BFG Division on repeat and listen to it for 10, 20 hours straight and not complain about it one bit. But that's just me. All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. Thank y'all for coming and watching. We hope you had a good time, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.